Did you know that this is Britain's favourite crisp, the Walker's cheese and onion? We're here to help you learn to speak English by listening to interesting topics, all those strange little habits that make us human. So today, let's practice your English and we'll cover the names of lots of different countries, but also the names of lots of different foods in the form of crisp flavours. What flavour of crisp is your favourite? Listening to specially made podcasts like this one, designed to help you practice and develop your understanding of normal everyday English, well, it's through this that your English language learning will really take off. So let's talk about some interesting facts about crisps today as a way of keeping you listening. Here in the UK, we are mad about crisps and we eat a lot of them. Let's get the vocabulary right here. Crisps are these potato snacks in packets. That's crisp, C-R-I-S-P. If you're American, you would call them chips. But in the UK, they're crisps. And in fact, in the UK, chips are what you eat in fish and chips and along with a lot of other dishes. But chips in the UK are what Americans call fries. The UK and the US may speak the same language, but that doesn't mean we can't cause confusion with different vocabulary. So recently, the biggest crisp company in the UK, Walker's, offered a massive prize to its customers. They offered £500,000 to someone who can invent a brilliant new flavour. The flavour of crisps, that's F-L-A-V-O-U-R, means the taste. So the packet I showed you were cheese and onion, but there are a lot of other flavours of crisp, as you'll find out. So Walkers are offering this prize. £500,000 is about $630,000 just for the taste of a crisp. But here's a problem. When it comes to snacks in the UK and around the world, we know what we like. We can be a little boring in our choice of crisp. But this huge prize being offered by Walker's Crisps reflects the amount of effort that these companies put into developing crisp flavours and into what is known as their marketing. That's how they bring their products to market, M-A-R-K-E-T. It's a very careful process and a complicated one. Something I didn't realise first of all, though, apparently the Walker's Crisp Company in the UK, started in 1948, was bought in 1989 by PepsiCo. And PepsiCo make another brand of crisps which are recognised the world over. That is Lay's, L-A-Y-S. You may know Lay's crisps, even if you don't know Walker's. And I've bought Lay's crisps in Europe many, many times without realising it was the same manufacturer, the same maker. It does go to show how much of our food is made by a few large companies. Apparently today, Lay's are available in 200 countries, countries as far apart as Argentina and Vietnam. And what's interesting, the amount of thought, the amount of research and effort that goes into the branding, that means the names given to the products, the crisp flavours and the labelling. And it's interesting. What flavours sell in different countries perhaps tells us something about ourselves. But it seems we are universally crisp eaters. Or if you prefer US English, we do like our chips. So this Walker's competition is interesting. The reality is the top selling crisps in the UK have not changed in the last 30 years. We are stuck on 3 big flavours: cheese and onion, salt and vinegar, and ready salted, crisps with just salt. These are what we call a staple. That's staple, S-T-A-P-L-E. A staple is an important part or element of something. For example, rice is a staple food in many Asian countries. And in the UK, cheese and onion crisps are our dietary staple. How many people eat a packet of cheese and onion crisps at lunchtime in the office? So, some of the information I'm sharing with you today comes from an article in the Guardian newspaper written by Amelia Tate. The article's called "How Do You Reduce a National Dish to a Powder? The Weird, Secretive World of Crisp Flavours." And this describes how secret all of this is kept and the amount of effort that goes into it and the different flavours which brands like Lay's sell in different countries, and the different flavours which are available, types of Lay's crisps in different countries. The big manufacturers like Walker's use what are known as seasoning houses. The word seasoning in the context of cooking and food, that's seasoning, it means salt, pepper, and any other flavourings that you add to make your food taste interesting. And these so-called seasoning houses, they're like secret laboratories where people are busy inventing new flavours to put on crisps. So they might indeed take the national dish of a country and try to turn it into a powder which can be used to coat a crisp. And the psychology used here is quite interesting and perhaps tells us something about ourselves. Marketing people really like to study human behaviour. For example, Amelia Tate questions why, apparently in Thailand, you can buy lasagna-flavoured crisps. That's lasagna, Lasagne, as in the Italian pasta dish. You can buy lasagna-flavoured crisps in Thailand, but you can't buy them in Italy. That's presumably because the Italians wouldn't like it. They know their lasagna too well. That made me wonder, can you buy Walker's Thai sweet chili sensations in Thailand? They're very popular in the UK, but it would be interesting to know. Tell us if you can. So crisp companies, as part of their marketing, make a big study of what flavours they think will work in different countries. Amelia Tate, in that article in The Guardian, asks, why are salt and pepper crisps preferred by Norwegians? That's people in Norway. And why are oven-roasted chicken Doritos only available in South Korea? And why does Europe like paprika so much? So are these labs, these seasoning houses designing flavours and marketing people deciding which flavour of crisps will work in different countries? You can't get lasagna flavoured crisps in Italy, but in Canada, apparently, there is a traditional dish called poutine. That's Poutine. It sounds similar to what we in the UK would call chips and gravy, but it's got cheese in it as well, poutine. So if the Canadians are as proud of their poutine as the Italians are of their lasagna, surely you can't buy poutine-flavoured crisps in Canada, but apparently you can. You can also buy seaweed-flavoured crisps in Japan. That's seaweed, Seaweed. I looked it up, and apparently you can buy Japanese-style Kyushu Lay's crisps online, $3.50 a packet. Link is in the transcript if you'd like to try some. In the UK, our particular flavours that are very British, we have Heinz tomato ketchup flavoured crisps. We have Worcester sauce flavoured crisps, very British. And I'm pretty sure another favourite flavour, pickled onion crisps, probably doesn't travel well. I don't suppose that's sold in other countries. Again, let us know if you buy pickled onion crisps. So this is more complicated than identifying a national dish, making it into a crisp flavouring, and selling it to that country. There are feelings, sensitivities involved, and a lot of preferences. The marketing people at Walker's and Lay's are very careful what they sell to whom. Some other intriguing facts that I picked up from this article: Pringles. That's Pringles. Pringles have 34 flavours, but not every flavour is available in every European country. Prawn cocktail apparently only really sells in the UK and Ireland. different. Most countries like bacon-flavoured Pringles, except Belgium, the Netherlands, Austria, Denmark and Sweden. And salt and vinegar flavoured Pringles are everywhere except Norway and Italy. I thought the tradition of putting vinegar on chips was very British, and that other countries ate their chips with salt or mayonnaise. But apparently in Europe, it's just Norway and Italy that don't do salt and vinegar crisps. I think the thing that comes through most in this exploration of crisp flavours by Amelia Tate is the secrecy. There were people in the industry who only agreed to talk to her on condition that the company they work for wasn't named and their names weren't used, that it was completely anonymous. In other words, if you keep yourself anonymous, ANONYMOUS, that means you don't give your name. Your identity stays secret, in other words. We've all heard of industrial espionage, but how crazy is that level of secrecy? The conclusion which Amelia Tate draws in the article, she says, if you were to simplify how the globe, that means the world, looks in a potato crisp, the whole thing would be divided down the middle. One side is labelled cheese and the other side is labelled fish. What she means there, the top selling brands in Europe are cheese flavoured, while in Vietnam and Thailand they're crab flavour and seaweed flavour. So different countries have different tastes. And of course that's reflected in our crisps. Well, I'm off to eat these with a cup of tea. Let us know about crisps in your country and what you prefer and what the most bizarre flavour of crisp is that you've come across. Get in touch and let us know. Thank you so much for listening. Please help me tell others about this podcast by reviewing or rating it. And please share it on social media.